Hello and welcome back to the Tech channel. So today here we have some fake Apple products and I'll just be going over the problems with fake Apple products in general. Okay, let's get into it. So here we have the fake Apple products. So these are the fake Apple pencils I've gotten. This is one of my fake AirPods, just as an example, because I've gotten many. And you should check those out in my videos on my channel, just because, you know, it seems to catch a lot of engagement. A lot of people are intrigued with these AirPods. So these ones were called the AirPoddings. And it's kind of funny because it's called the AirPoddings. But anyway, you open these up like this, and you immediately can tell, like, you know, like just here, if you know a little bit of tech, this, you know, this is fake, right? Because it looks like there's white in it, it's not transparent. So even just looking at it, it kind of looks fake. And then another thing is also the red light, as you can tell. Put this back in. I'll open it back up. The red light should go off. Yeah, like that. You know, if you see a red light going off in someone's ear on their supposed AirPods, then you know that they aren't actually AirPods. Recently, I got myself a very nice pair of good earbuds, like wireless ones, obviously. So I got the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro, and the reason I'm laughing is because, you know, these are supposed to be competitors or whatever. Like, you know, this is real. But yeah, like, you know, I just daily drove these, and by the way, you should go check that review out. I spent a lot of time editing it, so it'd be very, very nice if you check that out. Anyway, so, you know, just coming from these, and again, these aren't perfect, as I mentioned in my review before, but, you know, they have some nice things. Like, okay, for example, they come in this little, they have this little like extra accessory that you don't get with cheap earphones, which is, you know, ear tip sizes. It's actually extremely important when you're trying to listen to music. Now, granted, these are $10, so yeah, some may be a little bit shocked, like these are $10. I know, they actually are eerily similar to the AirPods for $10, AirPods Pro. You know, they charge via Lightning, and even though it kind of like sticks out because it's not perfectly, doesn't perfectly fit in the case, it's still good enough. Again, $10 for $10. So yeah, and the silicone ear tips are just a little bit too soft and cheap, and they're a little bit too thin. This is what an ear tip from Samsung looks like. Let me just look at that. Super, like, you know, I guess like innovative and stuff, or not really, but like, look at this. There's nothing here. It's, you know, I haven't even addressed the main problem with these fake products entirely. They just don't work as advertised, and I know that you'd probably come in expecting that because they're clones and stuff, but there's just these little caveats that you have. So first of all, I just want to get this out of the way. The left earbud just stopped working on me entirely, like this one. This one's doing fine, but the left one just kind of like bugged out. And you're probably wondering if this is, you know, specific to this one. But actually what happened is, weirdly, actually, I had these AirPods in two different environments. So I had another pair that was completely different. It was a clone of the AirPods, the first one. And it was actually a matte black. So again, completely different. I kept it inside the house. This one I kept in the car. And for some reason, the left earbud just like fizzled out and it just doesn't work anymore. And like, I've tried to clean it, I've tried to fix, you know, whatever could have went wrong, but you know, it's just not working. Another thing about these are that basically these are extremely light, and I mean, I guess that's a benefit in some ways, but you know, the case is also extremely light. Again, possibly a benefit for you, but first of all, that adds to the cheap feelingness because, you know, light things are generally associated with being cheap. And also, the battery in these is terrible. It's like you have less than a 2-hour battery, like, and with the case. So, like, you really aren't getting any battery life. This is just for, you know, going out there and just pretending like you have AirPods Pros and you can't afford them. So you spend $10 on AliExpress and get something that makes you look richer. And the magnet isn't that good, as you can hear. like you can hear how like cheap the plastic is. Like there's a difference in plastics, you know, like you can have quality plastics and cheap plastics, but yeah. And also I just want to say sound on these, very tinny. I know I said before like they sound better than a pair of $30 headphones, and I stand by that. They still do sound better than some $30 headphones, but they're not good, you know. And this is an extremely unfair comparison, I know, but I'm just saying, if you're coming from, you know, a decently good sounding like pair of earbuds and you want to switch to these, I don't know why, but like maybe just for the looks, and you're thinking like, how much am I compromising on sound quality? Well, I'll give you this. These, if I was rating these on the scale of 1 to 10 for like sound quality, this is what I would rate this one. These I'd rate maybe about an 8 or 9, 8.5 I say. These ones maybe a 3. So yeah, just from that. And I'm an average consumer. I learned a little bit about the audiophile world, but I'm not too deep. So, you know, this is just what an average consumer can hear. So if you're an audiophile, first of all, you shouldn't go for these. And I think that's quite obvious if you're an audiophile. But even the average consumer can tell the difference. Anyway, let's move on to the Apple Pencils. So let's start off with the most popular one. Let's go with this one. Okay, so this one looks like the most similar to the actual Apple Pencil. Now, here's an exception for this one. I personally don't see any real downsides to getting these, okay? This one in particular. This one costs around $25, and you know, as you could tell, this has a little silicone tip that comes out removable. It's really nice. And you know, you're paying $30, and this is actually extremely balanced, very lightweight, has good battery. Again, Apple Pencil probably has better battery, and also probably has lower latency. But just for a stylus, you know, like this actually comes really close. It's a little bit lighter, but you know, it's very, very, very close. Like I think this is something every artist should at least just take a look at. You know, if you can't spend $100, you know, check this out. Actually, not sponsored. This channel isn't big enough for sponsors, but you know, this has USB Type-C, so that's like a benefit, right? USB Type-C is great. Nobody likes Lightning. That was an awkward little thing that they had to plug into the iPad. It was so weird. Anyway, so this is a Siskel pen. Right, just zoom. Yeah, this is terrible. Do not get this. So this has a Lightning port, although it looks like, you know, USB Type-C, it's actually Lightning. So it still remains, it still has the negatives that, you know, the fakes shouldn't have, because, you know, they can redesign it essentially. And then, so basically these have little rings and stuff. This doesn't really have much else except for this part. It has this little like thing here, but it, you know, honestly, if you look at it, it actually scratches your screen. Let me just zoom in on this. Hold on. This scratches your, what the heck? Yeah, this scratches your screen because look at this. When you do this, what do you think is tapping the screen? Not like some, you know, nice thing like this that actually won't damage the screen. It's a metal contact thing. Do not use this. And then you have to, like, it's weird, like you have to press this down in order for this part to turn off. So, you know, you're always going to have these trade-offs, and it really depends on how much trade-offs you want in, you know, your fake devices. Like this one actually is one of the best fake devices I've ever tested. This one is the T800 Apple Watch clone. So this thing has the ability to like be taken off like the straps, and then so this currently isn't on and it doesn't have any juice in it, but you have to take my word for it. So yes, so basically this is very similar in size to the Apple Watch, but even if you look up close, because the screen isn't turned on, there's a huge chin bar, or bezel, I guess. But the thing is, like, it's very noticeable if you don't have a black background, because it's also LCD, right? This is not OLED. This is $40, so you're not gonna get an OLED screen. I think I just put that in wrong, but yeah. So that's another thing, and also the crown. Yeah, like you can spin it and you can press it, but this thing doesn't do anything. So yeah, it's just the little trade-offs that you come to expect. And then also, it has a whole bunch of different apps that basically are supposed to do different things, but they actually don't do different things. Like they just the heart tracking is just a little, light sensor that goes off. It doesn't actually track your heart. I mean, you can't really expect this thing to track your heart for $40. And also the sports band that comes with it does not fit. And then another thing is like the apps look similar. All the apps that track fitness look the same and they do the same thing. They just count your calories and how much you've lost. So yeah, like, I mean, if you were to get two out of the bunch, or my favorite two, like if I just split them evenly, these ones, no. And maybe get these ones. If you are, this one maybe if you're close to desperate, this one, just in general, because it's a nice to have. And if you don't have the money to go get yourself like a Samsung stylus because you have Android devices and you don't want to get yourself an Apple Pencil, then this is the way to go. Anyway, that will be the end of my review for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.